This is really too complex to do impromptu, but I'm going to anyway. But I know that one of the main reasons that I am philosophical in the way that I am philosophical is because of my childhood and the fact that I needed philosophy to help explain uh, what the fuck was going on. Now, one thing I learned, well, no, first, to be explicit, for example, I believe philosophy is, I work in applied philosophy, because it had to be applied. Okay, now one of the things I learned was that everybody is fucked up, and everybody gets fucked up from their parents. It's just the way it goes. Either you have their hang up or you have some different hang up because of what they did because of their hang up. Everybody's fucked up. Now, you might be going, oh no, not mommy, she's perfect. Well, look, if you do have one of those perfect parents, then you're worse off of all because you can never live up to that standard. And you'll forever have this standard in your head, and you'll never make your house as nice as it was when mommy was doing it. And that'll screw you up. It's just a safe bet. Doesn't mean we're all screwed up in a major way, especially if you just adopt this and could see that you're mortal, they're mortal, everybody deserves forgiveness, nobody is perfect, you just love them anyway. Okay. So I really do mean it in a blame free as possible kind of sense, but also in a responsibility taking sense, whereby we realize that these people have all fucked up. They're just mortal, ordinary, and now I was lucky. I did not have these perfect parents, which make it so hard to see. And in fact, my parents were such as to make it obvious, while still a child, that they had no fucking clue as to what the fuck they were doing. And this made it easy for me to become accustomed to seeing even my parents as mortals. And I understand religion very much from the point of view of the deification of parents, gone wrong, let to run awry for too many millennia. And that's how you get all fucked up with that shit. It starts with deifying your flawed and mortal parents. And this is a huge block for people. And, it's not that I don't believe in the honor thy mother and father thing or anything like that, And I do. I have used this to face the things I've gone through. I've not used it to throw back in my poor, simple minded parents, baby boomer parents' face their many, many obvious mistakes. Um, because I'm kind that way. But be that as it may, also I've always found it somewhat entertaining. I was born to 18-year-old parents, 1967, and I was always bemused to have had this, even as a kid. Somehow, maybe I saw that it would be a little moment in history, watching these baby boomers, what they were really like in their raw moments before they readopted their patent place manners and platitudes and their redneck sensibilities and all the whence they came from, in the 80s. What had they been like when they were still full of a kind of a charming, uh, pure bullshit that is also entertaining for the rest of the generations. And I got to see that firsthand. Now, when you see this kind of thing, then you're looking into a matrix of your mind where you will face what's left, which is your responsibilities. You will face responsibilities where things you did when you were 5 that supposedly you weren't to blame, and you will blame yourself if you are wise. especially because you may be prone to that still. If you're not prone to it, there's hardly any, hardly any cost to taking that so-called blame, right? You're not ever going to do anything like that again. It's just an emotional closure. All good. But if you are prone to it, well, then you better do some thinking about it. You still have the tendency. More likely, when you look into your childhood, you will see something that's a relatively innocent tendency, interacting with some stupid adult thing, and it's the combination that leads uh, to your moral failure that you may eventually face. And none of that will set you free from your responsibility. I mean, if it did, we wouldn't be talking about responsibility. Your parents would be set free by the fact that they got the same shit handed to them. Now, my solution is, instead of not wanting to talk about emotions, we all just learn how to sit with our emotions. I could tell you how to do that. I could tell you how to sit with the hard emotion. And then we just enable ourselves to, look honestly at what this all means. The baggage, even if it's petty, if it sounds petty, and give everybody a break in sounding petty. Give everybody a break in sounding serious. Give everybody a break in being the cause of the serious problem. I mean, seriously, if you find you love these people, still love them, whatever. Nobody is perfect. They never have been. If anybody was loved in the whole history of the universe, it is never because they were anything near perfect. So that won't be a problem. Okay, we don't have to make sure these people that we love come out perfect. And it's better if we would teach our children how to address their feelings and issues rather than deify ourselves. I mean, most parents are ridiculous to the degree that they deify themselves. They use their children's gullibility to manipulate their children. And they do so in a way where when the children like grow up a bit and go off to school still with all these illusions, the parents don't like say, "Hey, I just did that to help raise you, because I figured to keep you in the balance and stuff." But really, I'm just mortal and I fucked up this way, and I think you might have a problem because I did this. Why couldn't that be the tradition? No, these manipulators and liars and deifiers and self-aggrandizers just let that set and call that good uh, traditional value. No, 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 no. We're out there dealing with real life. We need to be more honest with each other. There's no reason to pretend we were morally sane and stable in some previous era, and now we have mortality, but wait, our kids think we're gods. Oh, wait, look, we've become gods too. I mean, come on, stop fooling yourself. Stop fooling your younger generations. Just give them whatever tools. You know how to fix a car. Teach them how to fix a car. That's the kind of good you can really do. Other than that, it's really hard to know unless you're giving some practical skill. Emotionally, it's the same. You just give good, practical, emotional skills on how to deal with things like getting all aggro. You don't train someone that'll never get aggro, or if you do, you luck out. I mean, this is a combination of the child's mental metabolism and your own mental metabolism, and then your ability or inability to act on those things and learn from what you see. It's this interaction that's tumbling along. There's lots of unknowns as a result in it. If you teach a kid how to do something practical, and again, I don't mean just like, I certainly don't mean to make money. I certainly don't mean just productive in a physical sense. But that is the epitome of it. That's the way I'd like you to think about it. But it's also emotionally practical. You teach someone how to calm down. Like you can see, a good thing to teach kids is that, hey, when you're having a frustrated moment, if you can remember to take a few deep breaths, a serious deep breaths, and breathe out through, like semi-closed lips, a deep breath, that will calm you down. That will change your body. Your fast heart rate will slow down. The the nervous thoughts that made your body all frantic will be addressed by addressing the frantic body. It's a wonderful little trick that the body allows you to do. Seriously, you get upset in your head, it makes your whole body react. If you address those symptoms, even though they're just mere symptoms, you still have the problem, you're still probably worried. You will become calmer though. And you will be thinking about that thing in a calmer way, if at all. This is a useful emotional thing that you can do. And those kinds of things are all that you can do. And 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 be honest. Be honest. It's like we want to know what our parents thought about our grandparents, or these fantasies they tell each other for Christmas. Keep it in Christmas. Seriously. And be honest some part of the year, some Halloween or something. Be honest. And if you do that, you can get past those things that you want to ignore. You want to ignore them so you can still know each other. I know a lot of people have brought that stuff up and found, no, it breaks up and related, and then you can't know them anymore. Well, whatever, we're going to have to evolve past that. It's going to have to be possible to be honest. Just sit with your emotions. Don't react to them. Just sit with them. Don't have tea with them. Don't talk. Just sit. Just meditate with your emotion. I've meditated. I have my own theory of meditation because you're going for this blank mind, kind of calm mind thing. Not theoretically. That is the way you approach it. But in reality, if and when you achieve a state like that, the meditation's over. I mean, you could stay and enjoy it if you enjoy that kind of thing, fine, but I'm saying the meditation's over. The part of the meditation that's the real meditation is getting there. Why? Because what do? When you sit down and meditate, your brain is certainly not blank, and that's what you discover right away. That there's this flashing series of things coming through your mind, all kinds, many at once, and then they focus on one, and then many, and then visual images dissolve into sounds. It's non-stop. And you just try to wait it out, and it starts to dwindle a little bit. But I find that it won't dwindle just on its own. You do have to interact with the thoughts. You have to start then to take a deep breath, just metaphorically, mentally, slow these thoughts. And then they'll come by in a wave, and you can watch them. And that's the sweet spot of the meditation. And then finally, things are calm. Not absolute nothing, but somewhat calm. And it's over.